And finally they're back on level terms. There's the cross, the header from Williams, through a crowd and in there. 1-1.
Again, it's a very good away performance. We've had 5 away games on the trot where we really should have come away with 3 points in all those games, and we haven't. That would have seen us comfortable midway to the top half of the league, and we should be sitting quite comfortable and relaxed. It's because of our maybe our poor finishing that really is, you know, we're paying the penalty for that. But overall, our performance was excellent. Our football was great.
So a vital point for Torquay, but the battle for survival could go all the way to the wire. All their bottom-of-the-table rivals have games in hand. Financial crisis at St James's Park on West Country News tomorrow. Rumours, too, that it might not be too long before a certain Dan McCauley surfaces at St James's Park. Well, finally, to play more, and another 6-pointer for Torquay United. Both the Gulls and opponents Leyton Orient dangerously close to the drop zone, so a great opportunity this to gain a little more breathing space. Watching the game for us, Seth Conway.
Here's Nugent's header. Now Gray, could be a touch on for Minton. Could also be a touch on for Nugent. He might not need it. It's a great effort from Wayne Gray. The build-up was scrappy, but the finish was almost perfect. Almost, because it hit the bar and came back out. Now Smith coming forward. Brandon quickly on his tail, but Minton able to turn away. He's got an outlet from Gray. He might not need him. And the shot, though, comfortable, it didn't. Not a bad effort, though, from Jeff Minton. Logan looks to slip past Smith very easily. The run comes from Alex Russell. Canham tracks his run, but Russell might be able to bring something out for Richard Logan. A great saving header from McGee. Now Hill, and away by Dean Smith. Fowler, though, gets it back out again to Holmes. Torquay won't let this opportunity go. And now the flag is up. But what a great chance it was for Richard Logan as it came to him on the penalty spot. He made a firm header, but there was Orient defender David McGee to make sure it wouldn't be Barrett. Joseph has plenty of time to look for an option, and it's a ball into the middle. Russell heads it straight back in front of goal, and there's Cannon, and it's a great goal for Orient, and it comes from the mistake by Lee Russell. He headed it straight out to the midfielder, who gets his first goal of the season. It's Torquay 0, Orient 1. Well, Lee Russell will be asked at half-time, what was he playing at? As Joseph's ball came in, he could have headed the ball anywhere, but he headed it straight to the feet of Canham, who beat Dearden with a fine finish. Woods, Russell come up from the back as Fowler's free kick comes in, and it's off the post from Kevin Hill. He's getting closer with those headers. Still not quite close enough, though. Hill almost unmarked as he came in round the back, and this time it comes back off the upright. Free kick taken quickly. Logan gets his head there towards Brandon. He'll have another chance, and Russell tries to take it through. Here's Brandon. Well, he had stayed onside. The Orient defenders are questioning the officials because as it went over the top, deflected into Brandon's path, and that should have been 1-1. Again, good goalkeeping. Hazel being invited to run, and he'll keep going. Ruben Hazel picks out Richardson, and with his first touch properly on the ball, it comes off the back of fellow strike man Richard Logan and into the arms of Barrett. Well, Richardson almost had a dream start. Logan, though, would have claimed the credit, like any striker would. You can see Kevin Hill calling for the ball, and it's a decent ball into Hill. Hill makes the header, and there's Logan. Was he impeded by McGee? Well, McGee got the ball out for a corner. And as Hazel sent a super ball over, in fact it was Alex Russell at the far post who headed back across goal, and Logan just couldn't get that touch. Brazier holds him up initially, double up on him now as Goodridge's cross comes in. There's Logan, and it's in, and it's 1-1, and Torquay have got themselves out of jail. Well, Torquay looked like they wouldn't score today. They kept on and on. Well, out of nothing, Logan has fired himself. Another goal, his third since joining from Ipswich.
2 points lost again, I thought. Overall, on the 90 minutes, we've had probably 80% of the play, which really, if you're having that at home, we should really go on and win the game. But I don't think we had a shot, certainly on target, in the first half. Second half, much more positive, much more committed. Really put them under pressure, and in that sense, deservedly got a goal. It was a chance that I felt maybe had we scored the goal early on in the second half, we could have then gone on and maybe won it. The fact that we scored late and it took us quite a long time, we became a little bit frustrated. They frustrated us, and sadly for our supporters, it was quite frustrating. And in that sense, probably a little bit nerve-wracking for them.
Well, that point puts Torquay 6 clear of the bottom club Halifax, but United have played 1 game more. That's it for now. United, there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel now for Roy McFarlane's team, but they really need to turn draws into victories if they want to pull clear of danger at the bottom. 5 matches unbeaten going into yesterday's game at Hartlepool, and there to watch it, Graham Sellers.
Smith. Boyd looking lively. Hartlepool still on the attack then, and Woods gets it clear. It was well brought down by Ardison, and nice little touch there, chance for Boyd! Great finish from Adam Boyd! The Hartlepool born and bred 19-year-old has given the home side a 12-minute lead. Poor defending by Torquay. The defender stood statuesque. Something out of Madame Tussauds, and easy in the end for Boyd. Great finish though. Robinson. Smith. Well, Hartlepool are running amok. Real chance here to make it 2-0. It's Boyd again. Well, 2 in the space of 1 minute for Adam Boyd. Once again, pathetic defending. Roy McFarlane's furious. And it's easy for Boyd. 2-0. Humphreys finds Smith. Boyd is there. Couldn't get the head on it. There's Tinkler, and it hit the underside of the bar. Did it cross the line from Tinkler though? Well, the former Leeds midfielder, Mark Tinkler, hits a rocket of a shot here against the bar. Did and beaten all ends up. Might have crossed the line, that one. Third corner then for Hartlepool. Torquay haven't had any corners, that is. They haven't had one single strike at goal either. And Hartlepool lead 2-0. Could this be 3? It is 3! Well, would you believe it? The simplest of crosses again. And I think it was Graham Lee who was up from the back with the header of the looping variety. Completely unmarked. And another appalling defensive display from Torquay. Adam Boyd on a hat-trick as well for Hartlepool. And here he is, Boyd. There's the chance for his 3rd goal, and Dearden makes a good save. Just looked for a second that right on cue, Boyd was going to make it 4-0. But Dearden was equal to the shot. So 7th corner then for Hartlepool. Lee is there with a header, and it's gone in. It's 4-0. Looked like Jermaine Easter, the substitute who's only been on the field 2 minutes, got a touch on the way into the net. Doesn't really matter. It's 4-0, and Hartlepool have lost none of their last 20 league games at home against Devonian opposition. That's one thing for sure now. This is only Torquay United's 2nd corner of the game, and we're in the last 20 minutes. Well, it's been knocked in by Brandon, and it will count. Well, the defenders just stood about and left it to one another. There was Brandon, point-blank header, and Williams couldn't stop that one. 4-1.
A disappointing defeat then for Torquay, but at least they're still 6 points clear of Halifax. Exeter have dropped down into the bottom half of the table after that home defeat by Cheltenham. Welcome back. Torquay United took on promotion-chasing Hull at Plainmoor yesterday, keen to prove that their 4-1 hammering at Hartlepool last week was just a blip on the road to recovery. Martin Dean was on hand to see if they could get back on track.
Well, Matthews will take it in towards the near post. It was too high for Holmes. Matthews will get another bite at it. Driven in and flicked just wide. Back on from McDonald. Came off Whittle though. Now Rees. Kevin Hill. Back for Alex Russell. Chance to get the cross in this time. Paul Holmes. Well, the flag was up. It wouldn't have counted. So Paul Holmes, who hasn't yet managed a goal for Torquay United this season. And Blurk with the free kick. In towards Gary Alexander, who's beaten in the air by Woods. Greaves getting it forward. The flag surely must be up, or is it? Well, it seemed to me that Gary Alexander was offside, but no flag. And that is goal number 22 for Gary Alexander. It's 3 minutes of this first half remaining. Paul Holmes with the corner towards the far post. Hill was coming in. It was a good catch from Paul Musselwhite. Well, he's a big man at 6'2", so gets up well. That was a good clean catch as Kevin Hill came in. Kevin Hill. Must have returned balls from Alex Russell. This is Paul Holmes. Charlie McDonald. Russell trying to feed it through towards Brandon. Need to curl the shot in. Into the arms of Musselwhite. Award back from Torquay though. Lincoln has come across to swing it in left-footed. Headed away by Whittle. Russell looking to turn it back into the box. Johnson getting it half away. This is Brandon. Space to get a shot in. Good save. Well, that's the best we've seen from Torquay. Perhaps not surprising. It should have come from the boot of Chris Brandon. He certainly looked in fine form this afternoon. Hankin with the free kick. Aimed towards Hill and turned in. Well, a goal that I think Torquay thoroughly deserved. Steve Woods it was who got it. It was a good free kick from Sean Hankin. Hill and Woods on the far post, but it was Woods who got up first, got the header in. His second goal for Torquay United. And they're back on level terms. What will Torquay opt for here? Russell and Hankin poised over the ball. It's going to be Alex Russell to hit it. Curls it well. And then again, Musselwhite having to turn it over the top.
I think we've done enough to win the game, to be fair. I think what did let us down on quite a few occasions was maybe the quality of our crossing. We did keep hitting the first man, and that was from set pieces, from corners and free kicks when we had those dead balls. At least we're producing football and creating, in a sense, chances and half chances. What we have to do is when we do get those set pieces, we need to do better in terms of the crossing. Had we done that today, I think we would have won the game comfortably.
Yes, could be an important point that for Torquay. We'll take a look at the table in a...
Win Stanley nodded home a Stuart Green cross. Green, on loan from Newcastle, added the second 5 minutes later, leaving the goals 6 points off the bottom, having played a game more. Meanwhile...
Welcome back. Time to concentrate now on Torquay's battle to stay in Division 3. A midweek setback at Carlisle and another long trip for Roy McFarland and his team yesterday. Darlington the destination this time, and among the crowd, our commentator Graham Sellers.
David Brightwell Looked a bit like a cart horse going forward there. The keeper's made a mistake, and it's Alex Russell into the corner of the net. What precision! Well, Brightwell and goalkeeper Keith Finch made a real old pig's ear of that one between them. Alex Russell said thanks very much, and like a Premiership player, slotted it into the corner. Darlington 0, Torquay 1. Reese's cross. Keeper leaves it. And it comes out to Richard Logan. Alex Russell's little flick. What a brilliant header from Alex Russell. It's his second of the game. Superb little flick that was from Russell. Timed it to perfection and looped it right over the top of Keith Finch. This is Ian Clark. Dearden lost his foot in, and Darlington have pulled the goal back. How unfortunate. Kevin Dearden lost his foot in as Ian Clark bore down and goal, and he couldn't recover from that unfortunate mistake. Well, Williams has gone down, and that's a penalty. Well, referee Mike Pike was only a couple of yards behind the action. Williams went down, and the referee didn't take long to think about it. It's a penalty. Alex Russell then for his first professional hat-trick. Yes, he's done it! Alex Russell with his third goal of the game. It's a hat-trick. What a talent. Confidently done that one.
So Torquay now 9 points clear of bottom club Halifax. They're back in action on Tuesday night at Plainmoor against Rushden and Diamonds. Thankfully, but it's still tight at the bottom, and 3 more points against playoff-chasing Rushden and Diamonds would do the Gulls no end of good. Their first ever league meeting with the league's newest club at Nen Park in September ended goalless. Seth Conway was on hand for the rematch.
Hankin. Logan just cuts in field, but Peter's ball will come through for Andy Lowe, and he's past Ruben Hazel. Brandon's trying to force him wide. Well, Andy Lowe has got a vicious left foot. It's the first we've seen of the Jamaican international, and it's enough to give Torquay a warning. They're going to have to keep him closely watched. The hefty clearance from Peters onto the head of Steve Woods. Taken by Burgess. Now it's going to release Captain Paul Underwood. He's gone a long way, and it almost seemed to take a deflection, but on its way through from Underwood, it didn't hit a Torquay man, it hit the side netting. Again, Rushden dangerous on the left. Dearden. Good climb from Hill. It's going to come for Logan. It's going to break for Charlie McDonald. And just wide from McDonald. He's had 3 games for Premiership side Charlton this season. He's come down to Plainmoor on loan, and we almost saw something special from him. Russell. Logan wasn't ready for the ball as Tilson comes in. Now Douglas. A strong shoulder-to-shoulder by Brandon. The referee happy with that. Torquay fans happy with Brandon's following skill. Now McDonald tries to see it through for Paul Holmes. Holmes with the chance, and it was a good chance of that, and it was a chance that Paul Holmes really should have done better with. Presented through from McDonald, he didn't take it. Now Hill plays the 1-2 with Russell. Brandon gets involved. Comes a bit of a threesome. Now Rees. Back again for Brandon. Logan just tries to stay on side, but he can't get past Underwood in the process. Now Rees, cushioned header for Holmes. Back for Hazel. Hazel's ball in will look for Kevin Hill. It might just drop here for Richard Logan. It's a lovely volley and an even better save from Billy Turley. It just sat up neatly for Richard Logan, who missed what has to be said a hatful of chances at Darlington on Saturday. Well, he came really close there, were it not for Billy Turley's save. Peters. There's Burgess and Lowe waiting. Lowe's header will find Douglas. It'll come back for Wardley, and it's a fine finish from Stuart Wardley. Torquay know all about him. He scored against them in the FA Cup 2 years ago. He scored against them again. It's Torquay 0, Rushden and Diamonds 1. 6 minutes to go in the first half. It was a lovely ball up. Lowe's header back for Douglas, and as Douglas just teed up Wardley, it was the easiest of finishes for the man on loan from QPR. Torquay goalkeeper couldn't be blamed for that goal. It was a fine move and a fine finish from Stuart Wardley. And Torquay might be in danger of going into the break 2 down here as Paul Hall skips past Hankin, has Douglas waiting. Oh, it was only a matter of inches away from Douglas. You wonder why the forward didn't produce a diving header. Thrown will come back for Hankin. Just miscontrols and has to change the angle. Picks out Ruben Hazel. Hazel might fancy it from here. It's a decent effort from Ruben Hazel, and only just wide. Well, it came from nowhere. And the man who signed recently from Tranmere Rovers almost got his first goal for Torquay. What a finish it would have been as well. Woods again hits it long, looking for Logan. Douglas has got an important touch off to Butterworth. Now on for Paul Underwood. On Andy Lowe. Finds Andy Burgess. Holmes, though, will pick out Hazel, but Hazel's pass finds Underwood. The intelligent flick comes from Lowe, again for Underwood. He picks out Lowe, and it comes off Woods. Well, an Andy Lowe could have had 4 by now, had it been another night for him. Commanding header from Peters. Hankin's ball. Header this time from Tilson. Goodridge, an air of anticipation when he gets onto the ball, Gregory Goodridge. Just looks to tease Underwood and find himself a gap. All it needed was a touch. Well, Goodridge, I think it was an effort on goal. He just scuffed the grass before the connection, and it took the pace off the ball. Well, this is fast becoming the Greg Goodridge show. Torquay spotting that this might be the best opportunity to get themselves back into the game as Goodridge delivers. There was Logan, and in at the far post. It couldn't be turned in by Chris Brandon. Well, Goodridge has provided a real bonus, and as the ball whisked across, Logan almost got a touch, and in fact it was Kevin Hill coming in at the back post who couldn't apply the crucial touch. Woods. Goodridge. The wind picks up, the rain lashes down. This could be Torquay's chance. Here's Holmes. Logan comes towards the near post. It's been him, and it's got in, and it's an own goal. Despite Kevin Hill's pressure, it has to go down as an OG, and Torquay are back in this game. Well, it came from Paul Holmes. His perseverance on the right, a lovely ball in, and it is the red face of Andy Sambrook who stuck it past Turley.
It's another frustrating night. I thought we picked up in the second half. really got them on the back foot, and we got the deserved equaliser at least. Really a little bit unfortunate the fact that we didn't get the winner.
It was almost a wind of change at that point because the conditions picked up, the rain lashed down, and their lad put it into his own net, unfortunate for them.
Yeah, I think the quality of the cross was excellent. I think, you know, Holmesy had put a tremendous cross. It was a difficult cross for a defender to deal with. And I think Greg Guttridge had also put maybe 2 or 3 really good crosses that they had to deal with. And had we got on the end of them, we may well have, in a sense, got the winner.
Well, that point has helped Torquay widen the gap at the bottom to a much healthier 10 points. Halifax loses tonight. Exeter have dropped down a place after their defeat at Home Park, but it leaves Argyle a massive 10 points clear of Luton at the top of the table. With Luton this season, 5-1 the margin of their defeat at Kenilworth Road, underlining the gulf in quality between the sides at that time. So have Torquay bridged that gap in the 5 months since then? Let's find out with our man at the match, Martin Dean.
He's all floating it in towards Richard Logan, who got up well for it. Kevin Hill trying to get on the end of it, so too was Brandon. Perrott getting it half away. Torquay have a free kick. Jason Rees brought down on the edge of the area. Will be Russell to hit it through the crowd, and Anderson a little lucky then. Well, it bounced very awkwardly for the goalkeeper. Carl Emberson down trying to get behind it, but he was very relieved to see it go away. Taylor up well for the header. Now McSwiggan. Leave it for Nichols. Little chip through the middle towards Berkovic, who's in on goal. Ahmet Berkovic, the Croatian, strikes for Luton. Well, it was Kevin Nichols' through ball which sprang the Torquay offside trap. Ahmet Berkovic through with just Kevin Dearden to beat. Kept his cool and put Luton in front. Deep cross, finding Matthew Taylor. Good chance here. Oh, and a good save too. Well, it was a neatly worked move, but it was Matthew Taylor who got up on the far side to knock the cross in towards Ahmet Berkovic, who must have thought he'd got his second of the game then. He's threatening on the break. And it's Russell with the clearance. He's given it away though. Taylor's cross in towards Dean Crowe. Chance here. That should have been 2. He was in space. He had probably more time than he thought he did. And he really should have got the shot on target from there. Taken short for Crowe. Cross towards the far post, and well, that was so close from Russell Perrott. Well, he'd stolen in almost unnoticed on the back post. Got up well for the header and just couldn't quite control it. But that was another let off for Torquay, really. He's all forward for Brandon. Graham looking to give him the return ball. Brandon with the shot this time. David Graham setting Chris Brandon up with the little through ball. Just stole half a yard on his marker, but putting the shot right across the face of goal.
This is a setback. I mean, they're a top 3 team, a good chance for us at home to try and give our supporters a lift at a time when they need a lift. But it's probably been the way the season has gone, and to be quite truthful, it's nothing that I didn't expect. As much as I would have loved to us to have gone on and improved and climbed that league, it's not been possible, and we haven't got that quality maybe in that last third, in that last area, which is very important to finish moves off and finish chances off.
Disappointment then for Torquay, but at least bottom club Halifax also lost yesterday. They're still 10 points adrift at the bottom, but they do have a game in hand over Torquay. Well, Luton have cut Argyle.
With 8 games of a treble season to go and needing 5 more wins, including 1 against arch relegation rivals Halifax, to be sure of their Football League survival. Improving their home form could be the key to keeping the Gulls out of trouble. And on hand for their latest test, Martin Dean.
Well, a good chance for Torquay United to put a bit of daylight between themselves and bottom of the table Halifax. They face a Lincoln side who've been reduced really to the bare bones because of injuries and suspensions. They travelled south with just 15 players, which means that they can name only 4 substitutes this afternoon instead of the customary 5. Winning here at Plainmoor has been something of a problem for Torquay. It's just the 1 victory on their own patch since the end of October. Goal scoring 2 is something which has been given manager Roy McFarland cause for concern. There's a new strike partnership this afternoon. One of them is Charlie McDonald, who's on the ball now, trying to find a way through. Fowler getting it forward for Holmes. Fowler with a little chip. It's gone over the top. Steve Woods with the free kick, aimed in towards Marcus Richardson, brought it down on the chest, and the snapshot from Brandon. It was much better from Torquay. Steve Woods taking the free kick quickly. Richardson had to battle for it. He got it off the chest, and Brandon was onto it quickly. Just got underneath it, though. Best chance of the game so far. He just stumbled a little bit. Well, he's prevented the corner, but given away the throw. Holmes wanting to take it quickly. Jason Fowler. Now Brandon. Gonna find Kevin Hill on the far side. This is Hankin. Spell of pressure from Torquay. Russell with the knockdown. Richardson got a shot in. It was deflected. I think it came off Charlie McDonald in the end. I think the goal kick has been given. Oh, had it. Just a little bit of confusion with Rob Harris then. Trying to explain his decision. So Marcus Richardson getting the shot in. Simpson and McDonald both in the way, and I think it came off McDonald eventually for the goal kick. Simpson then with the corner. Killed in towards that near post. Thorpe got up with the header. Well, it seemed to sort of glance the top of his head more than anything else then from Lee Thorpe. Just looping over the crossbar in the end. Not too far away though. Flick on from Richardson. Now Fowler. Donald unable to control it. Fowler getting it forward for Brandon. Well, he managed to get the shot away. Squeezed it through a little gap then, Chris Brandon. The angle was probably just against him. So Marriott having to be a little watchful. Happy to see it finish up in the side netting.